In 2015, James walked away from an endorsement agreement with McDonald's, worth an estimated $15 million over 4 years, to instead gamble on the fast-growing Blaze Pizza chain, where he's an investor.
We do know somebody who understands their influence, and let's give a huge congratulations to LeBron James, because now he is a billionaire. All right? A whole billionaire, right? And of course, we have to break down how, Sway. I wish I had that sound. Didn't have it queued up, but we have to break down how, and it goes along with what we just talked about. So let's hear about it.
Real key to James's billion-dollar fortune. He's been more than just a pitchman. James has long structured deals to give him equity in brands he partners with, giving him a cut of the upside instead of a quick paycheck. In 2015, James walked away from an endorsement agreement with McDonald's, worth an estimated $15 million over 4 years, to instead gamble on the fast-growing Blaze Pizza chain, where he's an investor.
Okay, all right, I got it. So, bump your check. I want equity. You feel me?
Yeah.
No, that's a long game term. That's definitely a long game term where we are looking at it from, and that's hard too, because you heard the amount like McDonald's was giving. Like that's not it's not a small check. It's not I mean, like it's not little. And some people will stay on that, you know, but he is like, I can. And majority of athletes do stay on the endorsement deals because those checks are good. Those checks are probably way more than sometimes what they make on the court, on the field. Their endorsement checks really is what make them on millionaire status, right? He's like, no. Probably one of those things of like, I can't pass down an endorsement.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Which is smart. But also, as this company grows, well, my money grows as well, to where we look at these endorsement deals, though not small endorsement deals, it flatlines. This is what you are going to get based off your contract. This is what you're going to get, and this is what you agreed to. Same thing with when we're talking about the whole influence. Like, if you agreed to something, cool, flatline sometimes. But when it's done, it's done. And they made thousands and millions of dollars, and you're out here with a flatline check. And you may feel good about it because that may be your first situation of it. But it's like, oh no, the people who are doing it right are playing it the long game. And for the long game, now we're creating more millionaires. Now we're creating more billionaires, because I believe it's only him and Jordan, right? That's from a basketball, I don't want to say all sports, but because I can't intelligently say that, but from a basketball standpoint, is billionaires. But Jordan didn't get that status until he was off the court.
Yeah. I think they said Kobe is even one of those people who accomplished the billionaire status, although it's not talked about, but he too accomplished it, like you said, after his career. So he's the only active player to reach that benchmark while still being on an NBA professional team, which is crazy to me. Like, the fact that he did that is incredible. Of course, we did a breakdown on LeBron, so y'all make sure to go back after this and watch that too. There were some pretty cool things that we highlighted on his story, but the one thing that I remembered is that he has a pattern of doing that, and from a very young age. If you remember when Adidas slid that check across the table to him just so that he can sign on the spot and not go see Nike, he rejected it, which is incredible, because you're talking about 17, 18 years old, similar situation, seeing a $10 million check or whatever it is on the table for you to take it right now, but not go see Nike, and you muscle up the courage, the discipline, whatever you want to call it at that point, which is awesome, and say, nope, I'm going to pass. I think my value could be higher elsewhere. Right. And that's the mentality. The second part that I think some of us don't really think about or don't talk about often is, and it's something that I say I always suffer from, which is pride, but I look at it as a good way. It's that you want to be paid what you're worth, but from the standpoint of, I also don't want to take what's not mine. So if we go into an agreement and you're paying me a flatline dollar amount, I make that amount whether you profit off of my contribution or you don't.
Right.
Now, sure, that could be like, yeah, I'm happy. I don't care. I don't want no responsibilities with what's going on there. But another way to think about it is if you really want to get your fair share, but you want to operate with integrity in business and make sure that the other party gets the same thing, then you don't want to be a burden on their books. So that, just for those of you thinking about, well, oh yeah, no, ownership. No, honestly, this is the better way to do business because it is beneficial and mutual for both parties.
Right.
So if we enter that type of agreement, the more money we make, the more money I make. Or the more money we make, the more money we make.
Yeah.
If that's probably a better way to say it. But it's not only one person is going to make money and the other person might lose or not benefit as much or to the same extent. So I like these equity deals because they allow people to profit equally. So that's another way for us to also think about it. It's not the fact of, oh, he's so smart, he negotiated ownership. There's also a level of integrity that comes with it, which is, no, we all get our fair share because as I contribute, I get my fair share, and so do you as the owner of the company or the brand.
Thanks.